I will get to you. I'll pop you up on the screen. Hi, guys. Sorry, everything jumps in really quickly. I'm just turning my computer down because it's up full ball. All right, sorry about the delay, guys. Good old Telstra. All right. Yep, I'm going to grab onto you, Eliza. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. So, guys, just before I start, though, I just want to say thank you very much for joining me tonight on the live feed. I will be happy to sit with everybody, so please just drop your questions. If I don't get to you straight away, please feel free to comment again. The questions and the comments really do. It's hard to keep up with everybody. Please don't plug the screen though, go and, read me. That doesn't work for you. Other than that, please no pregnancy, no legal, no health questions. Yeah, other than that, let's go. All right. Eliza. Liz. Yeah, beautiful. All right. Holy cow, the numbers jump up quick. All right, Eliza. Your cards are jumping. You know why? Because I'm thinking. Hang on. All right, let me focus. All right, you got jump cards. Your energy is jumper. All right, let's have a look. Let's see what cards you got out. You've got an interesting pull, okay, and I'm going to go with that because this is my deck that I use, guys, just so you're aware. I can't the light throws it out, but this is my deck that I made, and so I very much trust the energy that it throws out. When I'm pulling cards for you, they're jumping, and yes, I wasn't focusing, but now that I am, they still want to throw you some. And so what I want to say with the cards I've pulled for you, you've got the procrastination, the unity, the grounding card, okay? So what that means is procrastination, it talks about creating delays around ourselves to avoid action. So it's basically delaying what we need to put off, or not quite doing what we need to do. And there can be a whole huge multitude of reasons for that, okay? But it's about kind of acknowledging that. And it's not about beating yourself up in it, but it's about acknowledging it, putting it in its place and making sure that you do push through that energy. The Unity card is really interesting. It talks about love, relationships, and trust, okay? But what it talks about is those things, like for me, that card in this deck is about that true connection, okay? And I want to say, when I sit with that, though, the procrastination card and the grounding card thereafter makes me feel like I want to say take a breath with it. It's like this card is sort of saying, hey, this is here. This is possible to come in if it's not here right now, but you need to kind of sit with yourself a little bit and just take a breath. And it's interesting because when I sit with your cards that jumped out, okay, you've got the dead end card. And what this card talks about is the fact that there's something around you that's no longer working, okay? You know it, and you know things need to change, but you're not quite jumping on it yet. And then you've got the internal conflict card, which talks about that, being stuck in our own thoughts, back, oh, what do I do? Should I not? Should I not? And you know what? Sometimes this energy isn't something that's like smacking you in the face. It's that underlying toe. And, the underlying toe is something that's really important to pay attention to. And so when you sit with that, then you get the moving on card, which talks about moving towards better things. Just be mindful of your intention. When we focus on what can go wrong, when we focus on if this happens, what if that happens, what if I make a mistake, what if I fail, what if I do this, what if I do that, all of that energy then gets put into the manifestation of what we're actually trying to accomplish. And we usually finally say, oh, I told you, I knew that wouldn't work. You knew it wouldn't work. And I'm not saying you specifically, but because we throw energy in that says that it wasn't going to. And so that's what happens. And so basically what the energy says in that is focus on positives, focus on and see and feel the outcome of things that you want. Okay. There's that shift that you kind of need to generate for yourself around you. Okay. And the reason why that's kind of gets put at you is because they know you can do it. Like your guides and energy and spirit and all of that sort of stuff around you knows that you can do that. All right. So have a think about what I've said. As I said, for me, when I'm doing this, I know it's a little bit of food for thought reading. It's not a, oh, yep, you know what I mean? But I feel like you understand. And so I hope that resonates with you. And that is what I have for you. Guys, I want to share something just really quickly, which is what I was procrastinating about. So I know if I don't get it off my chest. Last week when I did the live feed that's there, I don't know, some of you would have been on, some of you wouldn't have been. But I spoke about some energy that had been coming in and the consequences of that, of readings that I'd done and people going, looks like he said. and me copping backlash off of that and things like that. And it was really, really interesting because I've had a really great week, you know, like that energy's behind me and we've moved on and all of that kind of stuff. But today, in my readings and bits and pieces like that, backstory to it, spirit always gives you knowledge that they're around. You know, our loved ones passed and you know, our guides and all of that kind of stuff. And that's why we find feathers and rocks and signs and songs and all of that kind of energy that's there around us, okay? So in my time, like in my workspace, I found a 1 cent coin just sitting on the table when I walked in. Once I walked in, I found a piece of rose quartz sitting on the floor. And it was funny, I just started selling salt lamps at the time, and I thought it was a piece of like salt, you know, like from the vase ones that have all the chunks of salt. And so I picked it up and I'm like, oh, something's fallen out. So I licked it and thinking it was salt. That's not what I did. But anyway, it wasn't. It was a piece of rose quartz. And I have no idea where that come from. So that was really cool. That's there. So anyway, just in relation to what had been happening and what that had meant to me and the impact that it had and everything else like that, I had something delivered today. And I'm still trying to kind of backtrack where it's come from. And it's interesting because it's exactly what I needed to feel better about this stuff. And like just as far as, you know, making sure of security and all that kind of stuff. So it's really interesting. And I'm just like, you know what? Like I can't explain where this has come from. It's been delivered to me. The number on it's not mine though, so I'm going to call the number and see where it goes to. But what my point is in that is it's just left me feeling today like spirit's always got your back, you know, and when you just trust, because you know when I you know, like people think because you tuned in and you're psychic and this and that, you're always like, yeah, everything's so cool, but it's not, you know. And someone asked me the other week, they're like, when I said to them, oh yeah, you know, it has been a challenging few weeks, they're like, wow, you know, I didn't really think that someone so far in their progress would have problems. And I was like, no, that's not how it goes, because our learning is perpetual. Who we are is perpetual. And if we just think one day, oh no, I know everything, well, you know, I pity those people. And so I said to her, no, because if we don't have challenges, then we don't get an opportunity to see the lessons. And if we don't have lessons, then we don't have learning. If we don't have learning, then what do we have? You know, especially in that journey of ourselves and things like that. And so spirit's always just there. And so I just, you know what, there's a reason why I feel the need to sort of sit there on that, because I know when I do the live feeds, I sit with my psychic and not with my mediumship. But mediumship is a massive, massive part of my work. It's just easier to just work with psychic on the live feeds. So I just wanted to share that, and just to everybody that's listening tonight, I guess, to understand and know that those little things that you feel, they are spirit, and those promptings and those underlying towing feelings are things that we need to pay attention to. That's why I do the daily reads. I started the daily reads as like horoscope, like daily readings, and very quickly I kind of was like, no, that's not what they are. They're like things to think about to move forward to our better selves. And I sit here again after like 15 years coming back to the empowerment stuff and all of that. So it's, you know, a whole backlog, and I'll be quiet. I'll stop in a second and keep reading. But I just wanted to share that about spirit. You know, it really, like even today, like even one of my readings that was there, it was like, they love electrics, you know, it was mucking around with all of that sort of stuff. And then to come home and find like that at the door, and it's just like, I was like, oh, my package has arrived. And I'm like, oh, no, hang on. This isn't where I ordered it from, and this isn't what I ordered. Hang on, what the? And I've checked, like, I checked everywhere. There's no payment for it. There's nothing. So yeah, I'm just like, yeah, it made me just feel really good knowing that I am doing what I'm meant to do. And yeah, I'm going to meet challenges along the way and everything else. But you know what? That's all good. So yes, let's get on with the show. But I just wanted everyone to know spirit's always got our back and spirit's always around us. And yeah, don't ever doubt. All right, I want to jump on to, all right, I'll go in the list and then I'll scroll down, okay, because there has been a couple of people waiting. So I know there's a bunch of new comments and I will scroll down in 2 seconds, but let me just jump on a couple of people that did jump on straight away and have probably sat there and listened to me ramble. All right, so Gemma Marie, I would like to pull a card for you, please. You've got a really nice energy, actually. I want to say that you know yourself quite well when I tap in with you. I feel like things are flowing. Not to doubt yourself, even if you go, oh, really? I don't feel that way. Just go, no, you do. You've been putting that, see. All right, so your cards that come out, you've got the Catch the Rainbow, which talks about the fact that your goals are not impossible. So, you know, just to check back in with yourself and kind of go, what I've been working towards and let myself, because you've got the self-denial card that's there. And that's why I kind of giggled, because I went, even if you go, no, I want to say, yeah, you do. This can talk a little bit about just, like it talks about self-sabotage, refusal and being stubborn. But what the essence of it is talking about just those little things that we hold ourselves back on. that we might be, you know, really kind of wanting to do or feeling like deep in this we can do and don't actually, you know, jump out and grab because, you know, we might fail. All this kind of, you know, energy that comes into it. Even when it talks about letting go and walking away from things, because you've got the cycle card that comes in thereafter. And cycles is about, you know, for me, it's, you know, it is about beginnings and endings. So for me, that's the actuality of it. But it doesn't have to be massive. You know, it can be little things like jobs and just moving ourselves forward, or, you know, just feeling that cycle in life where we've got that beginning and blossoming into someone else, and we might, you know, just get a little bit uncomfortable with that, but really be feeling it. So what I want to say to you is embrace you there, because when I look at you and I connect with you, I want to say that you are connected. Just trust in that a little bit more, okay? I know that's a very energetical reading for you that's there, but I hope that it resonates with you, because I really feel you clicking into what it is you want to do, you know, and then it's just like this really nice kind of just success. You're someone that I feel like I would sit back and go, wow, you've done really well. All right, so just trust in that process a little bit more, and I hope that helps. All right, I wanted to jump also on Jess. Okay, and then I'll throw down this as far as I can see. All right. Jess, what do you need to know? So guys, too, just as you know, just may want my wait in 2 seconds. I read to who I'm drawn to. You don't need to share or like my page or anything else like that to get a reading, but I do absolutely appreciate it when you do. This is me, this is what I do for my living and everything else like that. So even like thumbs up and hearts on the video helps. It just helps to spread the algorithm and things like that, and yeah, helps support little old me. So all much appreciated. All right, Jess, what do you need to know? Okay, got two there. Nice. All right. So you've got the growth and the male card that jumps out at once. Okay, and what these two cards are, the growth talks about self-awareness, opportunity, potential, but this is a nice card. It's not about reaching out and grabbing on it. It's about feeling it. It's about standing in it. It's God, the camera. The seed's got the tree. Okay, and tree of life. Okay, it's a really nice energetical card. The male card company on it is, you know, make sure you keep checking in with yourself. Make sure you this isn't all just smooth sailing from now. You've still got to keep it close to you, okay? But you've got the blossoming card, the transformation card, which talks about blossoming into your tree from that point up. And it's really nice energy. And so then you've got the health card, which just says just pay attention. And it's not about your physical health necessarily. It can be about your emotional, mental, spiritual. I want to say that you are. I want to say that you are with this. Okay. Yeah. So you're being positive. You're holding out that energy. Yep. It's been a little bit challenging, but you've been clearing out the stables. You've got your intention set in place. You're reaching into your freedom. You guys know 12 cards is normally a full spread, and you're bringing in the change of flux that you want. I want to say keep doing what you're doing, even though it feels like there's a little bit of like bombardment is the word I want to use around you at the moment. But honestly, no, your thought process, your energy, your feelings behind it are right. So keep with your convictions right now, okay? Jess, and I hope that helps. All right, so I'm going to go because there's going to be a million comments down the bottom. All right, yeah. Let me just scroll back just a little bit to catch. All right. Yep. Oh, cool. Thank you. All right. Natalie, I am drawn to you. I want to say you've got a nice intuitive energy too when I look at you. I feel like you understand when I say to you, keep yourself grounded, okay? Keep yourself just, I feel like it brings a little bit of clarity, and I feel like that clarity is there. It's just feeling a little bit kind of clouded perhaps by that beautiful card that you've got at the moment. But let me just pull some cards. Yeah, I knew Spirit was going to be around tonight. It's nice. All right, so you've got the Catch the Rainbow card again, which talks about your dreams are not impossible, your goals are not impossible. And what this kind of represents is that sometimes through the chaos of life we forget, or we get a little bit disillusioned, or we, you know, can have a little bit of doubt that comes off the back of challenges or delays and all that kind of stuff that's there. And this is like that reminder card that steps in and goes, no, hey, just remember, your goals are not impossible, okay? You got this. And You got this. It sounds so cliche, didn't it? But what I mean is there you've got the seal the deal card, which says, just make that commitment to move forward. You know what you need to do. Just make that commitment just with yourself and go, yeah, no, I've got this. You've got the spirit card, okay? Which is when I made this deck, basically, it was all kind of channeled, and the spirit card I took because it was spirit sort of saying, no, we want a sign in there. So, like as I was talking about, when we find feathers and rocks and have signs, this is a sign from spirit. And this card always resonates the fact that our loved ones are with us, okay? You've got support. And even if that's in our guides and everything else like that, I feel as soon as I look at you, I go, no, you've got that energy. You're feeling it there around you. And that in itself can sometimes be like this feeling of not being lost, but, just kind of there. And what I want to say is just breathe. Sit, breathe. What is it I need to know? And just trust in the energy that comes in, okay? It's not that it's a really interesting energy around you, because it's not necessarily throwing me like that it's going to relationships or it's going to work or it's going to this or it's going to that. I just want to sit with you. Just want to sit with you for a minute, okay? And I hope that makes sense for you, but that is what I have for you, Natalie. Yeah, you have a really nice energy. All right. Yeah, you jumped at me. Good. All right, I'll jump up too. All right. Yeah, I will jump there too. All right, cool, bananas. So I've got all right. Yeah, sweet. One thing I like about this platform, I can freeze the comments and go, yep, this is where I'm at. So guys, as I've mentioned again, you don't need to like or share, but I absolutely appreciate if you do. Appreciate it. If you do, like some little love hearts and things like that on the live feed do help the algorithm. Oh, all right. Hey guys, while there's a few of you on, I haven't put it up on the Facebook page. If any of you want to book a reading, put in the code September, just the month of September, and you'll get a 30% discount on your services that you book with me. And you can do that just off the Facebook page or my website, soulfulcreations.com.au. Just put it in where it says codes, coupons, Yeah, I think it drops the 50-minute reading down to $84 and a half an hour reading down to $52.50. All right. And if you're sneaky, you'll find a couple other things in there that it applies to. Especially if you happen to be interested in the workshop. That's all I'm saying. All right. Let's go, Marina. What do you need? You've got to be... I wanted to take control of my cards. I wanted to put them down. Just, I want to say relax a little bit. I don't want to make you sound tied up. Like it's not that. It's that connection back. But look, let me sit with your cards. You've got the clearing out the stable cards, which talks about out with the old and in with the new. And I want to try and get that in focus. Like, see that card there? It's about shoveling the shit out of the stables, okay? Letting go of what no longer serves. Out with the old and in with the new. Now, you've got the biggest card in the deck, which is the Where Are You card, okay? What this card talks about there, and I don't want to, be too good, but what this card literally talks about is if today, and everyone listen, because if today was your last day on earth, okay, for whatever one reason, as I said, we're not going downhill here or negative, we just want to be reflective, okay? What would you sit with in those moments and go, I wish I'd done that. I wish I had not worried so much about that. I wish that other people hadn't thought that. I wish I'd just tried that. I wish I had the balls to actually have done that. I wish I just, and all of those little things that are there, one day are going to come around. Okay, and so what this card asks you to do is just to reflect on that for just a moment. And I've done this card, and so what I want to say is write a list. Okay, this is exactly what I did. I wrote a list of all the things. If this was my last day, what am I going? Damn, you know what I mean? And so then what I did after that, every thing I put a list on, I wrote another list of how I'm going to fix it and what I'm doing today to change that. So when I get to that, that's there. But it's not about, oh, this is like da da da. It's not about death or anything else like that. What it's about is reflecting on your happiness. Reflecting on your purpose, reflecting on the fact that your days go by and another year passes, another year passes, another year passes. Are you okay with where you're at right now? And if not, what do you need to do to change that? Clearing out the stables. And when you do, you get the change of luck card, which talks about energies that will shift for the better. Okay? And so, as I said, it doesn't necessarily mean that anything even has to be wrong right now to reflect on this, but it's about what you want to do, who you feel you are, and everything else like that, and really just going for it and knowing that nothing has to stand in your way. And they're asking you just to take in that point in time and consider that. All right. So that is what I have for you. And I know that that's a little bit of a hey, go and do this, but honestly, it's a really productive and really fulfilling thing if you put that beautiful positive energy into it that it deserves. Okay. So I hope that helps. All right. I want to go up to Laurie. Things are still going to take a little bit of time to settle around you. I feel like there's things that aren't necessarily in your control within that. Like, wow, I literally feel dizzy actually sitting there. So I want to say just keep your pace, keep your pace. Yeah, you heartache, challenging matters of the heart. And it's, you know, what's interesting that's there, and I want to be mindful and stick to my own rules about bits and pieces of no legal, no pregnancy, no health, blah, 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 blah. That's there. But I want to say I'm feeling some of that energy that comes in around, and that's where some of that heartache doesn't talk about heartbreak. It talks about heartache. And that comes in different shapes and forms that's there. And I'm really sitting on that when I feel it. And then you've got the love card that comes straight after as well, which talks about, for me, I'm feeling some really nice love and all of those beautiful things around you right now. Your intention card that's there, where does yours lay? And that's what I asked, you know, like where your focus is and things like that. So I just want to say, just make sure your intention and your energy is in the best possible place right now. I can feel it. Your energy is incredibly strong, incredibly strong. So you've got the card which talks about this, that nothing changes if nothing changes, okay? And I know in that there's some of the things that you can't change, but just take 5, regroup, recuperate, make sure that you're checking in on yourself. You've got the beautiful spirit card that's there. And, you know, again, while I don't do mediumship, there's a really strong, like either mother or grandmother connection energy around that that's there. And that comes in really nicely, which irks me because I feel like I want to sit with it now. But you've got the freedom card, the intuition card, the crossroads card. It talks about having decisions and choices and things like that. And as I said, I feel like you really need to focus on yourself. Yeah, so there's a support card, internal conflict. You've got the grounding card. I actually want to pull you a full spread. Be mindful, you know, you be positive through this. Focus on the bigger picture, and that's nice. As soon as you get that, okay, what you need to know most is you get the prosperity card and you get the transformation card, okay, which just talks about things clicking back in for you. All right, as I said, there's genuinely a really impacting energy that's there around you. But I want to say everything is there. Everything's going to be all right as far as it goes, okay. Just stay connected to yourself and just know that we can't control everything right now. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that you're a control freak or anything else like that. This is one of those readings that I wish that I could bounce back with you a little bit. That's there, but just know there is. Like, I feel this beautiful amount of support and love and connection around you. All right. So even if that's just what you need to know most right now, I want to give that. All right. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps. I know, like, yeah, you've got to really, as I said, even though your energy is really overwhelming, it's one of connection. And so I hope that what I've given you helps. All right. And there's just, I want to jump on you, Shannon. I never say what your path is meant to be. It's not my place to do that, okay? I don't mess with free will as far as it goes, but I want to pull cards for you just on what you need to know most around that. Your path of what you're doing is not what you're doing now, but I want to say, though, that sometimes where you are now is, though, where you're meant to be. Like, you know, I started off, you know, as a kid seeing spirits and da-da-da-da-da. You know, then I did beauty therapy thinking, yep, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And then I was like, yes, sweet. And so I went and did the commercial beauty course and become like a full qualified beautician. Doing the facials, I went, oh, no, I want to do psychology. So I went and did my degree in psychology or in social sciences with counselling. I went, no, I want my psychology. So then went and did the psychology major. And then come back to exactly what I was doing when I was 5. You know, but the journey in between was necessary. And so that's where I'm saying, like, one thing leads to another. So don't feel like you're in the wrong place right now, but what you're doing isn't where you're going to end up. And I don't mean literally either. I mean, like, the whole thing. but it doesn't mean you're not meant to be here. And so what my point is in saying that is taking the lessons that are around you now, taking the learning that is around you now. What are you learning? You know, what have you gotten from this experience? And when it's time to move on, not necessarily to that end point, but even to something else, which I do feel is around you, yeah, so is there. Okay, you need to kind of take it. I want you to take charge of your energy a little bit more. You've got the transformation card, which talks about blossoming into true self, and that's what I'm saying. Like your energy is cool. You've got the security card there, okay, which talks about the fact that your choices. See, you are secure in your life and choices. Okay, so what you're thinking and what you're feeling is the right thing is. You've got the female card that's there, okay? And what this card specifically talks about is just that female energy, but it also talks about the fact that this has to come from within. And what I mean by that is if we're sitting there going, you know, I want to do this, I want to be that, I want to have this, I want to do that, what we need to not do then is go, I'm going to wait until this happens, that happens, or that's right, and this is right, and that's right. You've got to go, no, I'm going to go out and make these things happen instead. Because if we sit back and we wait for that energy to come on, we can add like 5-10 years to things that shouldn't be there. You know, when I'm talking about your overall influx of what wants to come in with you, I can spread it. So, you know, don't just go, no, this is what's happening, this is what I'm making happening, and okay, this is what I want, and so I'm going to go out and work, and I'm going to let people know I want it, and you know, everything else like that. So I hope that makes sense. When you know, it's got to come to I got it. You know, if you can't dazzle them with brilliance, battle them with bullshit until you do dazzle them with brilliance. You know what I mean? And obviously not in a bullshit in a lie sense. I don't mean it that way. But what I mean is that, you know, sometimes you've just got to smile and go, you know what, I know I can do this. I know I'm meant to do this. I might not feel comfortable right now, but it's all good. I'm just going to dazzle them. You know what I mean? And so, and just do your best. And so that's what I have for you. Okay. Yeah, you've got a nice energy that's there. So there's definitely some nice shifts and things like that coming up. I feel like it's over a 12-month period for you, where you get to sit back and really see some positive growth and things like that. And when I stand at the end of that, I feel connected nicely with friends and who I am or where I am and what I'm doing with work and all of those kind of things that's there. So there's a really nice year with that. Trust in it and let it be to your advantage. Trust and see the opportunities. Okay? All right, that is what I have for you. I hope that it helps. All right, let me throw down to the comments, guys. Catch up a little bit. You're welcome. Very welcome, Tanya. I didn't make a banner for the September thing, but whoever's come in and out from this point in time, because I know the numbers jump up and down a lot. If you use September code, you'd like to book a reading, just put September in the coupons, you'll get a 30% discount. If you want to book face-to-face, you need to call me and do that at the moment just because of COVID. But video and phone, you can book wherever you are, whenever you like. Workshops, guys, 24th and 25th of September. For those of you that want to develop your psychic, either personally or work towards being working professional, your workshop's on the 24th of October. There's another one on the 25th of October that is for mediumship, okay? So there will be obviously an element of psychic because you've got to be able to tap into yourself to jump into your mediumship, but that will focus more on connection with spirit. Saturday will focus more on your psychic development. You're welcome to do both, absolutely. Obviously, numbers are limited. That's held by Zoom. That one, for those of you that are completely, no, I have to do face-to-face, I get it. There will be a face-to-face there at the beginning of November. Numbers are like hugely limited on that one as well. So send me a message if you're interested on that one because it is literally almost sold out without me putting it out. But the Zoom one, guys, it's there. It's literally just as fantastic, and yeah, we'll have a great day. All right. Yeah, I'm going to jump on you. I do want to, Donna. You know what I want to say? Yeah. It's interesting what's jumping through my head right now, which has nothing to do with you, but it's interesting what Spirit's putting my head around it. Look, all I want to say is sometimes it's better just to go, yep, cool. This is what it is, and I need to kind of deal with what it is, even if it sucks. And it doesn't mean like you've got to front up. I feel like it's more happening around you, but it is what it is sometimes, and we've got to see why that is. There's something more. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, all right. So you've got the trust card, which talks about self-trust. Self-trust and self-belief is where it all begins. It's the foundation of you. It's the foundation of where your happiness is going to come from, your fulfillment, da, 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 da. Check yourself. You've got a nice intuitive energy, Donna. Trust in yourself right now. I feel like you need to kind of go, nah, enough's enough. And I know it might not be as simple as that. I can feel all that and things like that, but I feel like there's a line through that if you're not quite tapped onto it now, you will be in a second. And I want to, I'm having to push my way through when I do that. I get it, but I can do it. All right. You've got the changes card, okay, that's there, and it talks about changes. And see, there's lots of road signs on that because it talks about changes possible in different directions. Be open to embracing the change. Don't be scared of the change, of pushing your way through. Letting go. Fine. Okay. Yeah. So sorry, messages coming through for the face to face. It's interesting, but anyway, letting go, releasing binds, breaking chains away from yourself. Okay. See, and then you got the joy card straight after. You know what you need to do here. It's like ripping off a band-aid and then still letting the wound heal. It is what it is, and it's not shifting anytime quickly. But I feel like that push through kind of also forces that change beyond self. And that may just be the catalyst of what's needed, but you need to walk through and take that chance. Got the mail card, stay connected. Something around you's not working and you know it. Questioning where you are and that it's going to have some heartache, but yeah, see? All right, so Donna, I hope that helps. Listen to that on the in between the lines and the deeper level, okay? I hope that helps. All right. For those of you asking about the face-to-face that's there for locals, because I know it is just locals asking, which is why we do the Zoom, because everyone comes from around the world. I don't 100% know the date yet, but I will release it like in the next 2 days. For those of you that are wanting to join the Zoom one that's there is a couple of spots left, I believe, on both. There is. Okay, so yeah, and it's an awesome day. So guys, what it also entails you too, that's there once you've done the workshops, you've got that connection as well. So you get to check in afterwards and see how everything's going and everything else. All right, yeah, I'm gonna jump on you and then I'll skip back up. Scott, I would like to pull a card for you. It's funny actually, I was just thinking about you the other day. Why was I? What was I doing? It was in that development sense. So I think I was just kind of reflecting. Oh, you know what else? Yeah, for some reason I just kind of tapped in and got that message around that you'd been reflective around your own development of late. So yeah, let me see what cards say. Yeah, interesting. That's what I was. Yeah, okay. You've got the transformation card, which talks about blossoming into true self. And as I said, I do feel you've been reflective on your development of late. You're looking towards the bigger picture between, beyond long term, beyond self and moments. You've also got the patience card, which talks about good things come to those who wait. You've got the take a chance card. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Don't worry about what other people think, and that will bring in some changes that are there around you. Okay. Yeah, you got all nice cards there after that connection. You've got a bit of a change coming up. It'll be interesting to see on that. You know, it's interesting even that's there. Reading for you is made me go, oh, there's another card I need in my deck. Interesting. All right, so Scott, just in a live feed reading that's there, I'd like to give you is that, as I said, I do feel like you've been clicking back onto your development. That transformation is connecting in, so just trust in yourself a little bit more. As I said, when we talk about external conflict and don't worry about what other people think, I mean on that broader scale that's there. Sometimes we just got to bring it back into home and not try to fit ourselves into box. Just try to just connect and be with who we are. But I do feel like you're doing that. You are focusing. Just have a little bit of patience. and push your energy forward a little bit, as I said, and don't stress about fitting yourself into a box. You're not meant to, so don't try. That'll bring in some of the changes that you've been looking for. All right, Scott. So I hope that helps. Yeah, you're cool, Kim. I read your question. I'm like, yeah, no, I gotta go. So, has he gotten lost? I fear he has. Let's see where he is, though. You know, I do feel like things are sitting pretty cool around you. I feel like, though, you know what? I'm sure as you guys have gotten to sit and listen, that's there with me. So I'm just going to take a drink. My throat's dry. You know, sometimes I just like to, not all, sometimes I always tell it how it is, but live pizza can be a little bit giggly too. When I sit with your energy, I want to say you've got a really nice, strong personality that's there. Sometimes strong personalities can be a little bit intimidating too. So when we're nervous and we're a little bit shy and things like that, you know what the biggest things that I get called are is snob and intimidating. Anyone that actually knows me knows I'm so not those things. But because I do have an element of shy, which yeah, I know is hard to believe, but I am. That's how I come off, and so I've heard it for freaking years. I kind of feel like you resonate with that a little bit. Okay, so what I want to say is that we kind of just need to be mindful of that and take a breath and things. And so please take that with the love and respect that it's meant to, because all I mean by that is just, in our nervousness and things like that, just make sure we're not kind of deflecting, with a shield around us that we don't even kind of realize at times. Look, I don't want to say that you've been waiting this long because or anything else like that. As I said, I really kind of want to just speak on level to level with you and just go. There is a nice energy that's there, but just take a breath with it. And as I said, just reflect a little bit on what I'm talking about. No, especially like as time progresses, and I mean, I don't want to go there with COVID, but that especially, it's changed some dynamics around of where we are and where we are and things like that. So when we think about ourselves, we've got to be in a social situation to meet someone and da 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 da. If we can be in that social situation to meet someone, but if in a social situation that we normally wouldn't be in, or we're like, out on a night and things like that, is the person that we're going to connect with necessarily kind of that person? Chances are sort of minimally low, as opposed to, say, for example, and just as an example, we're into painting, and so we go and take painting classes and, meet someone and connect there. We're more than likely to have that's there. So does that make sense where I'm saying that? Does it say, like, let me find you, okay? It's not that you're lost or they're lost either. I think you're kind of like walking through the bush, and there's a track here and there's a track there and there's a tree. So now you kind of look to me and go, hey, how you going? How you doing? You know what I mean? So just keep doing that. But yeah, break down some of those trees a little bit, all right? And as I said, it's probably a funny way to say with it, but I feel like you've got a really awesome personality, nice and funny, easy to connect with, and all that kind of stuff. So just have a think about what I've said, and I hope that helps. All right. Um, all right, let me catch. Oh, nice, cool. Thank you for noticing. All right, hang on. Let me just catch back up again. I'm a Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn. All right. Stubborn. Probably a little bit controlling, if I was honest. Lost all the trying to think of all my traits as a Capricorn. Me. All right, let's get on with it. Demi, I'd like to pull some cards for you, please. So, guys, just a quick check-in that's there. If you'd like to book a reading, use the September code. Don't ask you to share or to like my page for a reading or anything else like that. I'll just read to who I'm drawn to. In fact, I can't even see who shared or anything off this platform. But I do absolutely appreciate it. What I do is what I do as me. And so, yeah, I always appreciate the support. Even thumbs up and hearts and things like that always help. All right, Demi, let me pull some cards for you. Santa, gee whiz, we're not far off Christmas really when you think about it, hey? All right, Demi. Wow, isn't it? Okay. So this card's popped out a couple of times tonight, but you know, it does, birds of a feather, energy of flow and all that sort of stuff like that. It does create clusters of reading. So you've got the Where Are You card too. And so I'm not sure how long you've been on here for, but, and I don't want to drone on too much, but this card just really asks you to reflect on where you are. Like, are you happy? You know, if what you have around you and the way that things are and what you've accomplished, what you've challenged yourself for, where you feel sick, all of that kind of stuff. If, you know, this was all of it, are you happy with that? Or are there some things that you kind of want to change and challenge yourself a little bit with, okay? And when you take that into consideration, you know, as I said, just in case you didn't, the best way I found around this card that's there, because as I said, I did this myself, is I wrote a list of everything that was on, you know, that thought process. And so then I wrote another list of everything I need to do to actually shift and make that list gone. Okay. And so there's no use to write a list and going, oh yeah, okay, well, I write a list and sit and think about, oh yeah, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. And so yeah, just a little bit of food for thought. But you've got the take 5 card there after, which says just that, take a moment. Take a moment to regroup, take a moment to recuperate and rest, and just be mindful of what's happening around you. When you do all of that, you've got one of the best cards in the deck, which is prosperity card. And it talks about abundance and financial security and things like that. But it also talks about growth, and it talks about, you know, just sitting in a place of security. And it's not just about money, it's about feeling secure where we're at. Okay. So you've got one of those food for thought readings. I said, it's asking to go back and do a little bit of work. But I hope that resonates for you. And you know, just give it a little bit of thought, even if you kind of sit back on, just really honestly get a pen and paper out when you've got 5 minutes and do that list. And really, you know, and you'll see exactly what I mean. And I implore that to anybody. And write your next list though. Okay, write your next list. It's very empowering and it gives you a specific to-do list of what you need to do. All right. So I hope that helps. All right. I'm going to put that one up for a second. I do, you know, it's funny because the energy is just bang, 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 bang. And you know what as well? Yeah, no one likes someone that sits there and drones on and on. I don't like watching someone that drones on and on and on. But it was interesting when I first worked at doing 15-minute readings. I remember feeling so overwhelmed. Going, how am I supposed to do this? You know, how am I supposed to do that? So anyway, I said, no, I'm going to give it a go. And I remember the first time, it was like within the first day, this person, you know, sat down with me and they're like, this is what I want to know, and I had my 15-minute timer there and I went and gave them everything that they wanted. They're like, yes, sweet. And I was like, is there anything else you want to know? And they're like, no, you've answered everything. I'm like, all right, well, we've still got 7 minutes left. I was like, wow. So, yeah, but you know what? The energy flows as the energy goes. And so spirit knows, you know, we want to get through as many people as possible as well. So that's why I just go like that. It's, yeah. And I don't do that on purpose. The energy just does it to me. So, yeah. All right. Yeah, sure. I'll grab you. Lorraine, I'd like to pull a card for you, please. Yeah. Keep yourself connected. I feel like you've lost some of the connections around you that's there. You know, and again, just in the theme of the evening of what we've been talking about, and it does resonate with you too. Like, what is it you like to do? What is it you resonate? If I'm looking down when I'm talking to you, sorry, I'm looking at your pictures. That's just so you know what I'm doing. But because I can't help it. But yeah, I want to say you've got to take charge a little bit more. We've kind of got a choice of going, do I accept this or do I not? And if we don't, you know, just taking a little bit of ownership around that. And I want to be really gentle and respectful with that because I feel like you are. You're not someone that just sits back and goes, oh, well, you know what I mean? I can totally feel that around you. But I do feel like you've kind of had that little bit of slog that's there, you know? So, yeah. Let me... Right, so yeah, so your cards are a bit jumpy too. Just talking about a little bit of confusion. And not literally, I saw a card jump. I want to just turn it around. Okay, patience card. All right. All right. Keep yourself connected. Keep yourself out and about. All right, so you've got the sunset card, which talks about the end of an era coming in, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel there has been some shifts around you. The sunset card's kind of nice, but okay, it's a beautiful reflective card because sunsets, you know, it can be at the end of a beautiful day. And what it always kind of likens me to is a day at the fair. I know I've used this heaps, but it does. Like, I picture that day on the fair where we've felt exhilarated and we've had fun and maybe been a little bit impatient waiting in line. So we've kind of felt a whole realm of emotions. We've eaten food that's probably not the greatest for us. We've walked, we're maybe a little bit sunburnt, we're tired. But when we sit back and go, oh my God, I'm tired, I just want to go home. But far out, we've had a beautiful time. And that's what an era is, it's all of the emotions, all of the energies, everything good and bad that kind of comes into once, but it's time to move on. And we do sit there going, yeah, it was good, but I'm ready. Okay. With that comes some heartache, challenging matters of the heart. You've got the procrastination card that's there, which talks about just creating delays to avoid action. And that's where I say, and I said honestly, respectfully, that I wanted you to take a little bit more ownership. Creating, you're not someone that just sits back and takes stuff from you. I can feel that. But we can delay ourselves a little bit. And so just check in with yourself and go, all right, I've got this. And straight after when I do that and I go, yeah, okay, she's checked in, what happens? You get the joy card. Peace, love, happiness, all of that kind of stuff, and a change of life, which talks about energy shifting for the better. You get your spirit card around you as well. You get the transformation, yeah. So you got the frustration and transformation and clearing out stables. Just clearing out with the old and in with the new. And that's what I'm saying, that sunset energy's coming in, okay? Allow it to happen. It can be a little bit difficult, that's there. You can be a little bit stubborn, but, it's all good. You are secure, you've got that nice, and just know, yeah, see, it's you that's got to make the changes. All right, with the female card, I know that doesn't show up too well on the screen, but that's what that card is. So I hope that helps. Like, just have a think about what I'm saying, okay, and go out and take a little bit more charge. Like, I keep thinking about groups and things like that around you. Groups, I don't want to be generic sounding when I say that, but like what it's symbolising to me, I know, is going, okay, I enjoy this, I enjoy this, I enjoy this. These are the resources and accesses I have. I'm going to go out and, create a little bit more energy around myself, and that kind of shifts it around. So I hope that helps. Hope that helps. All right. Guys, I do always appreciate whether you would like to or not to leave a positive review on my page. It helps others make a choice about me, basically. Make it good. If any of you didn't like what I had to say, I would hope that you would message me and just have a chat. All right. I want to jump on this one that's here, and I just want to be a little bit literal. Ruth, you know what? That energy is around so much at the moment. And it's, again, not because of COVID, but COVID's changed things around us, just put a different energy over the universal energy that's there. But it's also about just like reaching certain times of life. And I don't mean that in a cliche way by any means of the stick, but, whatever time that comes into, but just reaching those momentums where we know things need to shift a little bit around us. I can relate a lot with that feeling, and I've got to be mindful with myself sometimes and really kind of check in with myself. And I just want to share what I do. Music is a really nice thing around us to distract us from negative or momentous thought. Okay, like that repetitive. Da, 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 da. Exercise is really important because it releases all the positive chemicals in our body, and leaves us feeling good. It wakes us up and energized, and all of those bits and pieces that are there. As much as people go, yeah, food and water, whatever. I know you don't, but water is really important. Like our brain's full of, neurons and blah, 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 blah. And when we're hydrated, our brain gets to move freely around like that. When we're dehydrated, it sits like that. That's why we get a headache when we're dehydrated. Water's important. Nutrition, if we don't feel like eating, grazing, da, 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 da. What I'm saying to you is just, okay, we're feeling this way, so let's do a sweep across the board. Go, right, okay, what would I do if I was sick? I would look after myself and I'd take medication. So your medication right now is checking back in with yourself, allowing your body to have the balance that it needs to give your brain and your mind the clarity that it deserves. Okay, and you will do that. But just let it be a process over, like a week or so, like we sleep and da 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 da. The reason why I'm sharing this with you is just that you just need to shake off the sluggishness that's been created from that feeling, and the clarity will come back in. Okay. As I said, give yourself just a few days, and I'm really feeling that shifting around you. All right, so I hope that helps. But honestly, you've still got this. You're all good. You know where you're at. You just feeling a bit lost, okay? So, yeah, do as I've suggested and just, yeah, I hope that helps. Okay. You are spotting myself. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, yeah, yeah, and I'm not laughing. Yes, that's exactly the energy that kind of resonated. So you going out and finding what it is that you enjoy. Absolutely, Lorraine. And you're gonna be all right. Seriously, hey, just yeah, I get it. I don't get it. Like, yeah, I'm not ready to retire yet. I'm not gonna retire till the day I die. But probably because I can't. Another story. But jokes aside, Lorraine, so you've got a funny personality that says, you know, I know I can connect really well with you. So you're cool. Yeah, honestly. And I'm glad that resonated with you. All right, let's keep doing. Oh, yeah, yeah. See? Yeah, yeah. And it does. It literally does. I do it to like 4 songs. I'll stretch, I'll belly dance, and da 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 da. Oh, every time you walk past the mirror, I'll make sure I acknowledge myself. I'll smile, poke my tongue at myself, do whatever. Especially when you know struggle sometimes with self-image and things like that. It's a good thing to do. Belinda, do I keep trying or walk away? You know what? Honestly, it looks like a duck and it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck. It's a duck. I thought he was going to drop mic. You know, it's. And I don't mean to be cheeky with that, but honestly, that's how like it feels. It's like, why? You know what I mean? There's a lot you've gotten out of this. There's a lot you've learned. It's not about walking away because, you know, yes, we might need to walk away from something that's there, but I don't want you to feel like it's walking away if that's what you choose to do. What I want it to feel like is that you're walking towards, because you're not walking away. You're walking away, yeah, from maybe something that doesn't serve you, but you're walking towards what does. And that's where the energy sits, not here. You know what I mean? There's a reason why we need to keep trying, and sometimes we need to keep trying because it's not actually meant to work. You know, or it's a sometimes we might make a choice where you know we're grabbing this as what we want, whereas if we had you know the confidence and everything else that we had, we'd actually be grabbing here. Okay, and so that's why here's not working. So I just want you to have a little bit of food for thought around that as well. Okay, I know that's just boom boom, but it is literally just like that. It's like no, you're here. So make sure this is where your energy is, not here. You're not walking away, you're walking towards. Yeah. Okay. I hope that helps. Yep. Okay. If you get a jump card, I'm going to keep that square. For those of you that are interested in your personal and self-development and spiritual development and all those kind of things that's there, I do a daily read on YouTube each day. It's not a horoscope, it's a moment of reflection. It gets your mindset going to thinking about the deeper things about moving towards that ultimate purpose. Once you give yourself time, it's there. If you actually watch synapses to create new neurological pathways in your brain, it's literally amazing to watch them. Like they literally do it. Like over, you can film it. It's that quick, and it's obviously they move forward a bit, but it's really, really amazing. And when you sit there and actually bring that energy into yourself, that's what starts happening with your brain. And you'll find like within a month, 6 weeks, it's there. New habits start creating, new thought processes start creating. It's really nice. So that's what the daily feed's purpose is. You will find me on YouTube under my name. All right. Nice. Spirit card is again. See, Spirit has been around me all day today, and I'll tell you what, it's exactly what I needed, and it feels damn fine. And it's nice watching it jump out to all you guys too. All right, your jump card was the shit happens card. Okay, what this card talks about in life, shit happens. And you know what? It doesn't mean we deserve it. It doesn't mean we did anything wrong. It doesn't mean nothing. It just means sometimes in life shit happens. And we've got to kind of not let it define us. We've got to just treat it as a speed hump, not let it be a mountain that stands in our way, not let it be the thing that defines us moving forward. Because you know what? Some of that shit happens. It really wasn't deserved. And It might be stuff that is a little bit harder to get over, but you know what? It is kind of what it is in the scheme of things. And that card will jump out with that energy when they know that you've got what it takes to kind of go, yeah, all right, yeah, I'm not letting this or this or this dictate what happens here and here and here. You know, you've got the support card that sumps in straight away. And what this card talks about for me, when I made it, I just kind of went, yeah, you've got friends that's there, you know, it's a support card, okay? You are never alone. But what this card very clearly kind of showed me is that you've got people that got your back. You know, those people that have really got your back. We only have maybe one or two of them, you know, that's there in our life, and you've got that around. It's validation around that. You've got the spirit card that's there, which again, I'm not sure how long you've been joining me for, but this card is, you know, when I made this deck, it was spirit saying, yeah, we want a sign in there. We want something that says, hey, we're around this person. So this is your feather, this is your rock, this is that sign from spirit that says, hey, I'm around you. And most generally, you're feeling that, you know, in whichever way, shape, or form that comes in for you. You've also got the heartache card that's there, and they want you just to acknowledge that, yeah, we know you've got some challenging matters of the heart, and that this is hard, but you've got such a beautiful, strong energy that's there. To stay connected, you've got the Take 5 card. Be mindful of your balance around yourself. Clear out what's no longer working so that, you know, out with the old and in with the new. Stay connected with yourself again. Keep yourself grounded. Yes, there's a lot of, just come back to yourself. There's a lot of intuitive energy through this, okay? There's a lot of energy that's there. I'm going to say you are quite intuitive as well. So, and I want to run that down. I want to put that on a real kind of deeper level, and I think you understand that. Okay, so keep yourself connected. You know it's important. Keep yourself grounded. Check in with yourself. Keep going where you're going. You're all good. You've got the prosperity card at the end. Okay, you're going to be all good. Just sit with that. So I hope that that helps. I hope that that helps. Financial shifts sit in there, and clearing that energy is bringing in the thing that you're frustrated about now, not coming in. Okay, so I hope that that helps. So you've even got spirit channeling messages at the end. All right. So I am here for a few more minutes, guys. So if I don't get to you this evening, I will be back again next Friday evening. I am attempting to do a second live feed through the week. That's there. I'm just currently working. I need to change my night availability. So yeah, you'll find very shortly there's a second one that's on there. Oh, nice. So I'm going to do a couple more readings. But again, guys, thank you very much to everyone who has joined me tonight, who has shared the live feed out for me, who has left a thumbs up or a comment or a heart that's there. Even just comments with hearts and flowers and bits and pieces like that is really nice as well. It does genuinely help the algorithm. Don't forget, guys, if you would like to book a reading with me, use the September code. You guys are the only ones that actually have that at the moment. If you put that in for any video, phone, face-to-face reading with me, you'll get a 30% discount for the month of September. That's just my little gift to you to say thank you for joining me with the live feeds and supporting my page and all those kind of bits and pieces. That's there. So let me have a look and let me pull up the next one. Oh, thank you. I like that. Thank you as well. Thank you. With my man voice. It was funny. I took my car to the mechanic the other day and he tried to call me and he goes, gee, your answering machine's very professional. I went, yeah, that's my lady voice. Everyone thinks I'm a man on the phone. Can you see what? It's all good. I embrace my voice. Yeah, I do animal readings, not on the live feeds because I don't do spirit readings on the live feeds. But yeah, absolutely. And animals very much connect by themselves all the time as well with me. But even alive animals, actually. So yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, me too. I like the jump cards. All right, Carla. Carla, may I have a card, please? Yes, you may. Keep your boundaries up around you. Don't mean that in any kind of warning or threatening way, but just make sure that precedents that we set are the ones that we want to live with forever. Okay. Yeah, so you got the freedom card, which talks about release, self-love, and determination. And then that's what it means when we give ourselves the opportunity to release, and we have self-love and we have determination, we get freedom. And you'll see if I can bring it up. That's that beautiful love of peace and freedom, and everything else that the symbolism is within that. And that's what I've intended with that card. It's like, yeah, it's free. Okay, and it's not about free from other people or anything else like that. It's freedom within self. You've got the take a chance card there. It talks about if nothing changes, okay, you need to kind of roll the dice and be prepared to take a risk to bring in what you want. Some of that includes clearing out the stables, okay, and as I've said, there's a big shovel of shit on that because that's what it talks about, shoveling out the shit, letting go of what no longer serves, out with the old and allowing the new energy that comes in. When you do that, there's a little bit of healing that comes in that needs to go, a little bit of letting go of the binds around you. Yeah, we all delay a little bit around ourselves, but just be patient, don't deny yourself, and understand that things have beginnings and endings. Okay, well, I'm just going to pull you the, in life shit happens. There is changes coming in around you, but just stay focused on the bigger picture, the long term and things like that. Okay, that's what's going to move you towards things where you want to be. And as I said, keep it in context where that's relevant to. It may just be, applying to work for you. It may be applying to, a particular situation or something else like that. But very much so, especially seeing with those first cards, they're talking about letting that freedom come in, taking a chance and clearing out the stable so that what you really need and deserve comes in, okay? So I hope that helps. All right. Yep. Yo. Let me pull some cards for you. All right. Okay, you've got the interesting. As I said earlier, my cards are mine, and they're interesting the way they're spread sometimes. You've got to, when I spread your cards, they break apart. Okay, which shows just things are feeling a little bit disjointed at the moment. But when I gather my energy and pull it, you get a nice clean spread. All right. There's changes. So that's a jump card. I'll sit with that in a second. Okay. So you've got the love card, okay, which talks about truth, happiness, and desires. It's not about love in relationships and things like that. Like it very much is, but this card is deeper than that. It talks about the proper connections, and I'm not sure how long you've been watching for, but this is what we're talking about. We can all look around and see relationships where people go, oh yeah, this is this and this is that, and we're like, yeah, whatever. You can see it, the disharmony in bits and pieces, okay, without being cheeky around it. But then we get to see those people that have, 90 years old and got those true connections that are there. And it doesn't have to be even in a love relationships with that. It can be with friends and it can be with family and everything else like that. But what this card is symbolizing is that you've got that real, true, deep connection around you now that's got your back. Being positive, okay? This card talks about the fact your attitude is a choice, okay? And so what it just says is that even in the face of adversity, we have a choice on how we react and how we carry ourselves. And I already know that you've got a really beautiful and eloquent energy around that, okay? You're carrying your load at the moment. There's a lot of uncertainty around you at the moment, so confusion and doubt and, a little bit of clouded judgment of what's sitting that's there. It's frustrating, yep. Just take a moment, stay connected with yourself and know that you've got this, okay? You've got this. There's a change of luck, so energies are shifting better for the better around you. I feel like there's something you're thinking about doing, eh? When I sit with that change of luck, keeping yourself nice and grounded. So that's what I'm saying. Just keeping yourself breath, making a commitment to move forward. See, that's what I'm saying. I feel like something's ticking over in your mind. It's always got a I know family's very strong around you, but I want to say this is something independent, and it's like almost got a businessy feel to it that's there, and you've got a really kind of positive action to it. So you've got the health card that's there. It just says just think about the long term, paying attention. And that's not just about physical health; it's emotional and mental and all those kind of bits and pieces. And I'm feeling like you understand the shift that's what's in place of what you want to do. When you do that, you get the growth card that's there. Nice, and you've got both of the trees next to each other, okay, which I know probably means jack to you guys, but what it means to me, because this is my deck, is that the tree of life. It's like the growth, that true blossoming and everything else like that. These are the two trees in the deck that do that, and you've got them both next to each other. So not only have you got the personal growth and the opportunities and the potential coming in, you've also got the financial growth and security that attaches to it. All right, so what you need to know most for yourself is that you're moving on towards better things. you need to let some healing in and being patient and allowing healing in. Allowing healing in means a little bit of forgiveness, and it also means letting go of anger and things like that, because while we're holding all the energy that's there, we can't begin to heal. We can't have a negative and expect to feel a positive. Okay. And so it just talks about being patient, but allowing the healing to come in. All right. Taking 5, regrouping. You've got a lot of energy that's through the cards, which now saying being mindful of yourself and keeping yourself just breathing and connected. Okay. But knowing that your goals are not impossible. All right. What you're working towards is coming in. So as I said, even when I did your initial deck that's there, there's different things going on. As I said, the cards separated, okay? But keeping it all into there, I want to say just what I've said that's there, but especially just for you, just with you specifically, that's yeah, grab onto it. Whatever that's going tick, tick, tick in your head right now is working, okay? And yeah, just take a breath, keep yourself connected, keep yourself clear. All right? So I hope that helps. I hope that helps. All right, I'm going to do one more reading and then I'm going to leave you lovely folks for this evening. As I said, I will be back on Friday. And guys, I do always appreciate if any of you that have had a reading with me did appreciate your reading tonight, a positive recommendation left on my Facebook page. Always helps others make a positive choice around me, and loving the live feed and comments and love hearts and whatever else like that. Just all helps with the algorithm. So I appreciate it, because I do just read to whoever I'm drawn to. I don't read because you shared or whatever else, but I absolutely appreciate it. I just don't see it on this platform. Yep, okay. So Casey Harding, I would like to pull a card for you, please. Can I just say, just so I can get it out of my head, and Casey, I'm going to jump straight back to you. Lisa Manning, can you see the future of breaking bad habits this year? I really need strength to get me back on track. Take it to see where you're at as far as what you are ready to do. Like, for example, you know, you can't quit smoking until you're ready. Okay, so see where you're at around those habitual changes, and the ones that you are, have a look at NLP and things like that. They're really, really positive therapies for helping shift those kind of little bits and pieces. You're welcome to come to me for those things, but absolutely have a suss around them and things like that. Take control. The possibilities there, yeah, absolutely, but keep the perspective real on it and tackle it properly, and know that it's not just like boom, boom like that. We've got to work for it, okay? But yes, yes. And as I said, your question caught my eye so much I wanted to jump on it. So I just wanted to share that. Casey, thank you for your patience. I will now pull for you. All right. I want to dance when I sit with your energy. All right. Nice. You've got the growth card as well, okay, which talks about self-awareness, opportunity, potential. And this card doesn't talk about, oh yeah, this can be, it talks about it's coming in around you, okay? It's sitting there with you. They just need you to confront your fears a little bit. Freedom, courage, and release is what comes from that. And this, I want to show you the picture on the card. Sorry, I'm not the greatest drawer in the world, but I think you get the gist. Breaking away, okay? And that's what we get when we confront those fears and allowing that beautiful growth to come in. And you've got the support card that comes after it. And again, you know, I'm not sure how long you've been here, but it talks about the fact that there are people around you that have really got you. Internal conflict there, just going a little bit back and forth in your head, and that's absolute when it comes to, you know, growth and confronting fears and all that kind of stuff. But just be positive. Your attitude is a choice in that. So just keep yourself in check with yourself, and yeah, check in with yourself and look towards the bigger picture. Okay, you've got that growth there. I feel like you're making some choices about what the next thing is that's there. Okay, even if it's off the back of something you've already done, it's like there's growth within that, literally, and also within self. Okay, because that card's not just about external, it's internal, that one. All right, so it's there. Sit with it. You've got some really nice ideas. You've got a really big heart. I don't want to say don't let your heart rule, because, you know, our heart's a beautiful thing to let guide us at times. Keep your head just as equal with your heart sometimes. Like, we've got to make sure the energy exchange is equal. Don't give more of yourself out than what you're getting back in, because it's not selfish in that regard. There'll always be opportunities to share of ourselves, you know, like these live feeds are my way of giving back to in churches. I'm at Seven Hills on Sunday if anyone's interested on the mediumship demonstration. You can join in via Zoom, Seven Hills Spiritual Centre. da 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 da, you know, all of that energy that's there. So just yeah, it's clicking in, but keeping it level with what you deserve and what you want to give out. All right, yeah, letting go of that. And then you got the joy card that's in there, which is nice. It's like you're planning next stages that are there. Trust in yourself. What you're thinking is right. Just don't give too much of yourself away in the process. Otherwise, you're working 10 times as hard to get to the same point, say, like 12 months later. Okay. And that feels frustrating and it feels like it disillusions you and it's not meant to. All right. So don't let it just, yeah, rule with mind over heart sometimes. Okay. So I hope that helps. All right, guys. So again, I want to say thank you very much for joining me this evening. Again, if you've had a reading or just enjoyed my readings tonight, I absolutely appreciate positive recommendations on the page. If you do have an issue with it, message me. Happy to talk to you about that. Anyway, everyone does. And other than that, guys, as I said, you know, the comments and the loves, hearts, and the thumbs up and everything else of that been greatly appreciated tonight. I very much appreciate you coming and spending some time with me. I will be back again next Friday evening doing the live feeds. There will be a second one coming up through the week. I'm just, as I said, literally shifting my work hours through the week just to better align with my workspace and things like that that's happening around there. So stay tuned, but I'll be releasing that. And I hope that you can join me there. Otherwise, see me on YouTube for the daily readings. For those of you that are interested in your personal and spiritual development, it is something that is moments of reflection for the day. And you'll find me on YouTube under my name as well. Other than that, stay safe, be good. If you can't be good at it. And you're going to see something different coming up soon with the live feeds as well. I'm in collaboration with my beautiful friend Serena May, and we're going to be doing a live feed. We're just working on the location. It's going to be cool. All right, so guys, have a beautiful weekend and stay safe. And please, if you haven't already, like the Facebook page and you'll be notified when I'm on. And just because I want you to. All right, guys, much love. Take care. See you later.